Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Construction Programs and Results newsletter. I'm Michael Stone, and I will be sharing this newsletter with you. Hard to believe that on June 21st, we will have been doing this newsletter for 20 years. We hope our newsletters have helped each of you in some way become more profitable and enhance your ability to take care of your families. This week we will talk about setting the sales price for your work and the math to get there. Our goal is to help contractors build a more profitable business, so I appreciate hearing from those who are serious about making a profit. It doesn't happen by accident. It starts with knowing the correct markup for your work and using that markup consistently. We received a note from a contractor who is using his markup correctly and double checking to make sure his price is right. Unfortunately, that double checking has led to some confusion. Let me share his note. Let me first begin by saying thank you for this wonderful resource. As I should be, I am using it to crunch my numbers as I start my business. An issue that I'm running into is I have a discrepancy between marking up jobs with my markup factor and allocating my labor hours to a job based on the annual sales volume. Let me explain in more detail. When estimating a job, I am using the job cost times markup equals job price formula. However, I like to double check how profitable the job will be by taking the estimated job labor hours multiplied by my annual sales volume per labor hour rate. Since I am both the owner and the builder, I schedule jobs on that basis that I have 32 labor hours a week available. The rest of the week will be spent on things I organize under either my owner's salary or sales commission. I also assume that I will only work 48 weeks a year or 1,536 annual labor hours. If I divide my expected annual sales volume of $224,079 by my annual labor hours, I get $145.88 in sales per labor hour. The discrepancy is that I will have a 65.1 labor hour job with a marked job price of a marked up job price of $8,928.33. But if I consider what the job will be priced at using a 4.24% of my annual labor hours, the job price should be $9,500. So while it appears that I have an appropriately priced job, using the markup factor to have a profitable job, when I consider the job in the larger picture of needing to meet an annual sales volume, I'm already behind the ball and will be laboring more than 32 hours a week or 48 weeks a year. This discrepancy seems to arrive when labor and material jobs are out of balance, i.e., it is a low material cost but high labor costs, such as painting kitchen cabinets. I'm missing something fundamental here, and I can't put my finger on it. Would you be able to steer me in the right direction? Thank you very much for your help. That's the end of his note. The writer identified where the problem is when he stated that the discrepancy arrives when labor and material costs aren't balanced. His $145.88 average labor rate includes all material costs. The reason it doesn't work is because his projects don't have a consistent ratio of labor to material. A $10,000 job with $3,000 in materials will have more labor than a $10,000 job with $4,000 in materials. Applying an average labor rate on every job is an interesting exercise, but it's worthless unless there is a direct relationship between labor and all other costs, materials, subcontractors, permits, etc., and it's the same on every job. That never happens. So, An average labor rate would only work if he sold his time and never incurred any material or other costs. I appreciate that he's taken the time to set company goals and has a measurement tool to track his progress. That's what he should be doing, because because it lets him know when he needs to make adjustments so he doesn't lose money. The only problem is he's measuring the wrong thing. If you're calculating and using the correct markup for your business, there are other things to look at to keep your business profitable. For instance, how accurate are your estimates? After every job is completed, compare actual cost to the estimate. If your estimates are too low, the cost incurred in building the job will eat into your profit margin. Are you on track with your projected sales volume? If sales are below what was projected, you won't have enough revenue to cover your overhead, and it's time to recalculate your markup and possibly reduce your overhead. Have overhead expenses crept above the budget? If they have, you'll pay for that overhead out of your profit, unless you reduce overhead expenses or adjust your markup. Some of you love working with numbers and enjoy doing the exercises, similar to the one the writer was doing. That's fine, as long as it doesn't lead you down the wrong path or take you away from promoting your business and making sales. Always remember, you're in business to provide a service and make a profit. You aren't in business to sit behind a keyboard and fuss with numbers. Stay focused on the activities that make money. The proof of how good you are comes at the end of the year when you've paid yourself a decent salary and have an additional net profit of at least 8%. Go, my young friends. Provide a good service. Make a good profit. Thank you for watching, and may the profits be with you.